Hello and welcome to the first ever Georgia Smoke Show. So what I have in front of you is two baby back ribs. So what I already did was remove the membrane. I took some mustard to rub it down for the binder. So what we're going to be using to season these is the Meat Church Gospel Barbecue Rub. Some really good stuff. And my favorite line is the Killer Hogs. Anything by them is great. So this is a TX rub. So I'm gonna give it some texture and some layer on the back end. So first things first, we're gonna liberally season this. You wanna get all of that covered really well. This is gonna add a really good color. Don't forget the sides. That's where you'll get some really good bark. Although the ribs will pull in later, kind of give you an indicator of when things are going to be done, but you'll still have that really good bark on the side. Just like you season a steak on all sides, you want to do the same with ribs. So I'm going to push that in. You don't want to rub, you want to just pat that in. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Texas or a TX brisket rub. It's got a more coarse, so it's going to give us some really good texture and then that bite on the end. So I'm not going to go as heavy with this. This is some amazing stuff. And when you hold it higher, you'll get a more even spread. The higher you hold your shaker. So that's looking pretty good. Now we're going to flip it over and do the same to the meat side. So here we're going to go even more with the seasoning. I don't like wasting seasoning. At like at least $8 a bottle. That can add up if you're barbecuing a lot. So that's why I'm not going higher with it. Go ahead and hit it again. Remember to get those sides as well. And just like before, we're going to go in with our TX. Still not going too heavy with this. And after you do this, next thing you want to do is just let this sit for a little bit and let it sweat out. That salt's going to draw out the moisture. Again, you want to get those sides really good. That's where some really good bites are going to come from. Lastly, I like to take any seasoning that got on off the ribs and on my cooking tray here and just put that back into the meat. Doesn't do any good just sitting on a tray and later getting washed down the drain. Alright, well, have this little spot here. So that's going to be that for the first part. I've already got my Pit Boss turned on and did the initial startup procedure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smoke these at 200 degrees to get a low and smoke on it for an hour, maybe even 2 hours. And then I'll come back and show you what the bark's going to look like. After that, I'm going to crank it up to about 275, 250. And finish them off. Once it gets to where the bones are pulling back, I'm gonna wrap them with meat side down. I'm gonna put some butter, some brown sugar, and then apple cider vinegar in there with aluminum foil. So wrap it in aluminum foil, finish them off there. At the very end, glaze them with some barbecue sauce. Do about 30-45 minutes so the barbecue sauce sticks. and then we should be ready to go. So I'll see you in a bit.